Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Halfshelltoys and Collectibles. It is Monday morning. We had a decent weekend for sales, so I just thought I would do a quick video and share those sales with you. Our first thing that we sold over the weekend was this brand new, with the tag, San Diego Chargers beanie. And we bought I want to say 7 or 8 of these at a yard sale for like $2 a piece. And we sold this one for $11.99 plus shipping. So not a bad profit, nine to 10 bucks after everything's said and done. And then our next one, actually a set of 2 of these die cut bats that fold out. You can hang them from the ceiling or the wall. These are probably like I'm gonna guess 80s, and we had a set of 2 of them up, and they're pretty cute. We sold the pair of these for $13.49 plus shipping. They came in a lot of Halloween stuff, so I'm probably like $1 into the pair, if that. So that was a pretty good sale. And then this next one, we've actually had this in our eBay store for probably close to a year, over a year. So before I started reselling full time, I was buying and selling old cars and then kind of picking stuff up here and there to list on eBay to see if it would move, to make some extra cash on the side. And this is one of the items that I picked up at a yard sale, and it's a percolator for coffee and tea, but it doesn't have the device inside of it, so it's just the pot kettle itself. I do have the original cord for it, and it does work. It's got the glass pull lid on it. It's in really good shape. It's got some corrosion down here a little bit, but overall it's in really good shape. If it had the percolator in it, it'd probably be, a $25 piece, $30 piece, but just this sold for $8.99, and I had it listed higher, but the more it was on our store, I just started bringing it down until it finally sold, since it had been up for about a year. So that sold for $8.99 plus shipping, and then shipping was a lot on that. Total, the customer paid $23.99 for shipping, so it's pretty tall. So our next item we sold our last Hallmark button, the Santa Claus. We sold the other one last week. These came in a Christmas lot of stuff, so we're pennies into this item. They had coasters. Hallmark had coasters for drinks in the 70s with this image on it. So it is a Hallmark copyright image. But the thing is, though, almost all of Hallmark's buttons have a Hallmark stamp. So talking with some people and doing some research, the best thing we can think of is this might have been like a Hallmark given out to employees, like advertising to wear on their uniforms around Christmas time. But it's not a coaster made into a button, because the coasters were 3¼ inch in diameter, and this button is 3½ inches in diameter. So it can't be a coaster. So, but this item sold for $17 plus shipping, and we advertised it as a Hallmark button. So, I mean, the Hallmark image on a button. So, but that was a really good profit. And the other one sold for $18 plus shipping. And then there was an earlier button that sold with that was also a Hallmark image, and also sold for $18. So being just, I'm going to say just 25 cents on each button, and we ended up making like $50 off those 3 buttons. So that's amazing. I had no idea what I had until I started looking them up. So hopefully they are employee given buttons to wear as advertising. But if not, they're still Hallmark trademarked images. So it is what it is. If they were stamped with Hallmark on them, they probably would have brought a lot more money. So they're $25, $30 a piece. So our next item that we sold is actually a vintage dancing cat die cut Halloween decoration. And so I looked up when I got this and started looking at comps for it. The prices were kind of all over the place, which it's a very fragile item, so that makes sense. So condition is everything. But the date on when these came out, kind of all over the place too. So there was some of them that said 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, 60s. So they're all over the place. So all I know is that it's old. It is definitely not 80s, definitely not 70s, but it's definitely 1960s and older. And it sold for $30.77. This came in a lot of Halloween decorations that I got from somebody that lives really close by. We paid $50 for the lot of stuff that he had, and it came with a stack of die cuts that we have already sold a couple lots of those, and then now this selling for $30. We are definitely in. We're definitely making money now. We're in the black, so, or the green, however you want to look at it. But $31 basically plus shipping for this item. Super good. Some of them sell for closer to $50, but this one isn't in the best condition. It's definitely in better condition than most on eBay, but that was a good deal for that person. So the next item that we got is this little glass bird. So it's kind of small to be a paperweight, in my opinion. So I didn't advertise it as a paperweight because it's pretty small. It's 3 inches long with its tail. Almost 3 inches long, almost 3 inches tall, but it's got a really small base, so it's a really small paperweight if it's a paperweight. But this was actually Swedish made. It's an amber glass, and it sold for $13 plus shipping. I've seen some go for more, this particular color, but it had been up for 2 or 3 months. No action. I think I had it listed for $18.99, and then someone hit me with an offer at $13, and I just took it. So, because I'm very, very, very little into this too. So, anytime you can make money, I jump on that. All right, so our next item is actually a sports card. It's a Topps sports card. It's a it's a 2023 Topps baseball card. It's actually a rookie card for a pitcher on the Cubs. And this didn't sell for much, like you've seen in my other videos. This only sold for $1. $2.05 shipped. But, I've already sold another card this morning. So if I can get one of these a day or 2 of these a day, it adds up in the end. So $1 plus shipping for that guy. And then this item is pretty cool for if you out there, you're a person that likes cats. So this is a Halloween cat blow mold. We actually got this at the thrift store in the next town. And I typically don't go to the thrift store. I might go there twice a month. Because usually I don't find anything. But they were just starting to put out their Christmas stuff a few weeks ago. No, their Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff. out a few weeks ago, and this was sitting there, and didn't have the light, but I always carry these on hand because you never know when you're gonna find a blow mold that needs a light. And so I threw the light on there. I paid $1 for the blow mold. I'm probably like $2 or $3 into the light, so like $4 into this total, and we accepted an offer for $20 on this. The buyer total cost was $36.26 shipped for this, so it's pretty cool. I like blow molds. I've already got my house decorated for Halloween, and I got some of my vintage blow molds in there. So these are always fun to find, fun to list. So yeah, so that one sold for $20 plus shipping. Pretty decent profit, probably about $15 after everything's said and done. So not bad. Okay, our next item is actually an NFL item. So it's this youth size Green Bay Packers hoodie, and it's nice. It's a team NFL apparel, so it's nice and thick. It's a good brand. These brand new are like $25, $24.99. So it is used, not used heavily, but it is used. Came from a pet-friendly home. I mentioned that in the ad. So I didn't list it high. I think I had it listed for like $8. I only paid like 50 cents for it at a yard sale, and I took an offer for $5. So I probably won't buy anything like this again, just because the time that I have into this wasn't really worth the sell. I'm glad it's going to somebody back east that's their kid's probably gonna love this thing, but you know, I had to wash it, and then I had to bring it out here, and then I had to just lint roll the thing a ton on the inside, get all the pet hair out because of the type of material that it is. So I've got way more time into this than I would like, and articles of clothing, they take longer to list, period. The measurements you've got to take with the pictures and everything, it's you're in it for a lot more time than, say, like that blow mold I just showed you, where you just set it on the table, plug it in, take a few pictures, spin it around, and you're done. But this, you got to lay it out, you got to take measurements, and so I'm considering this one probably not even a wash. This is probably a loss for my time. But at the time, I was just getting started full time, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna need NFL stuff to list in the fall, and it was in decent condition for being a used pullover, so I grabbed it. So, but hey, you don't know until you try, right? So that one I'm considering a loss. But I'm glad it's going, and I'm glad it's sold and gone. So it's making space for other stuff in my bins. This next item, I actually listed this Friday, right before the weekend came. I listed this item, and it sold, I believe it sold on Saturday. So it sold within 24 hours-ish of listing it. And this is a made in Japan ceramic light up ghost with a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. We actually have one of these in our house right now. It's one of those vintage items that I really like. So actually, no, this one was made in Taiwan. I'm sorry, this one is made in Taiwan. It's a PR made in Taiwan. There's a little blue. Anytime you see that little blue sticker, PR made in Taiwan, it'll sell on eBay. So that's something that I've learned in the last couple months, is when you see that blue tag, anytime you see made in Taiwan, made in Hong Kong, made in Japan, they'll sell because they're ramp up China made stuff. So this one, it's got a little crack in its base somewhere. Maybe it's in the front. Yeah, it's in the front. It's got a little crack right there. It's not nothing crazy. It's not falling apart or anything, but it's just from the ceramic getting old and dried out. It's got a little crack. But I listed it, with the crack. And I probably could have got $40 to $45 for this if it was in perfect condition. But I like to be truthful with all my stuff. And so this one sold for $35.99 plus shipping. It's a really cool piece. I think I actually have one more of these to sell. It came in a lot of Halloween stuff that I purchased early in the year. So maybe $5 into it, if that. Lots are the best way to buy things because you get stuff super cheap. And that's how you can maximize your profit on stuff. So this was a really cool item. I love vintage Halloween stuff. So I'm glad to see that go to a home before Halloween so they can enjoy it for a little while. Next thing, toys. I love toys. Halfshelltoys. So the next thing that sold was this this action figure, this wrestling action figure, Ultimate Warrior. This is actually made by Funko, I think. Or it was made by Funko. Maybe. Or maybe it's just a Mattel. It's Mattel. Yep. Superstars. That's right. So this item sold for $7.50. So not a whole lot. But I think these were around $10 in the store. I was at a yard sale, and the lady had 5 or 6 of these brand new still in the package, never been opened, which is kind of weird because usually you'd think that you'd find 5 or 6 of them unopened and they all be different wrestlers, but they weren't. They were all Ultimate Warrior. So, but they were $1 a piece, so I bought them all. The packaging was trashed, so I've just been opening them up one by one and listing them on eBay. So I paid $1 a piece. So by the time this is all said and done, I'll probably be into like a $6 profit, $7 profit on this guy. So that's not bad. And he came with other hands to switch out, like fists and stuff, other than the open hands that he's got right now. So yeah, Ultimate Warrior for $7.50 plus shipping. Next item that we sold was a vintage 1970s cup. Here it is. And for those of you that were alive in the 70s and 80s, you guys probably recognize this. This is a 1970s Nescraft Cafe World Globe cup, and it actually came as a set. There was a creamer and a sugar cup and stuff like that. These don't sell crazy good on eBay, but they are decent. So this one sold for $4.49. Got them at the thrift store. This was back in the summertime. We ended up paying like $0.25 a piece for them. And I think they were half off that day. They were really 49 cents or something like that. Or maybe we paid 49 cents and they were 99 cents. But they had a ton of them. So I just picked them all up. And so they'll sell slowly, but it'll be a $4 or $5 profit every single time one sells. So yeah, so that one sold for $4.49 plus shipping. Shipping on cups is stupid. So this person total paid $13.80. It's just because they're heavy. Small package, but they're heavy, so they end up being somewhere between 1.5 pounds and 2 pounds to ship one of these things, and you have to pay up for it. So that was a good item. So we'll end up making probably about $4 on that one. Our next item is actually another sports card. This one's actually sold this morning. And it is a 94 Flair Troy Aikman card. Hot numbers. I remember these cards from when I was a kid. So 94. It sold for $1.40 plus shipping. So the buyer was $2.52 into this card. Crazy thing about 90s cards, and even 80s cards, really, mid 80s, is they're just not worth very much. So you think, this guy won Super Bowls, and, um, same with a lot of the other cards, even NBA cards. NBA cards tend to be worth a little bit more money, especially if they're Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. Um, but even some of their cards, like I've sold some Michael Jordan cards in the last few months for $1.50. Just because it's Michael Jordan card doesn't mean it's going to be worth a ton of money. So, but there are good Michael Jordan cards. I mean, there's Michael Jordan cards, be a late card or even a card made after his career was over, and it'll be like a one of one or one of two, and it's worth a ton of tens of thousands of dollars, and it's ridiculous. But so yeah, 90s cards. Always remember there are some diamonds in the rough, but they're very few and far in between, and they're not even worth that much. A rare card in the 90s may only be worth 20 or 30 bucks. So so this one only sold for $1.40 plus shipping, but like I said, they always add up. Okay, so I think that's all of our sales for the weekend and this morning. Let me see here. Refresh my... So, since I started the video, we did sell a Dutch Brothers sticker. So, and it's the pumpkin Dutch Brothers sticker that just came out Sunday. It was their the beginning of fall sticker drop. So we sold one of those, and it sold for $5.39 plus shipping. It was a free sticker, so it's pure profit. So we've got one more of those to sell. And when that other one sells, which I'm sure it will, it'll probably sell by the end of the day because I just listed those this morning. I'll include that in the next video. So, all right, guys. So that's our sales from the weekend. We had a really decent weekend, which is awesome. I was really dreading of repeating last weekend, where we're like hardly any sales at all. I'm really excited with where my total sales are right now. So we've got 8 days left in the month, and I'm like $120 away from matching my sales from last month with a whole week left to go. So, and that puts me like $920 away from my personal goal for sales. So, fingers crossed that the next 8 days or so are really great days. I'm really going to try to hit it hard listing stuff. And I list stuff based off value. I know that I need to sell $125 of merchandise every day for 31 days to hit my sales goal. So when I'm listing stuff, I tend to think in value. Okay, I need to list $125 to $175 worth of stuff or more every single day, so that by the end of the month, I have sold close to $3,800 or more in merchandise every month. So I used to just list 5 items a day. You hear in a lot of Facebook groups and stuff, make sure you get at least 1 item listed a day, or list at least 5 items a day. I used to do that, and my sales were just really small. So now, after watching one of Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker videos, where he started explaining how he lists stuff based off value. If he needs $350 a day in sales, he's listing at least that much every day. So that totally changed how I was looking at my business. So now that I'm listing based off that, man, the last 2 or 3 months has been great, really good. So, so if you are selling on eBay and you're just listing 5 items a day or 1 item a day, and you're not listing based off of what you want to be making every day, then I suggest you start, hey, $3,800 a month is where I want to be on sales. So then you divide that by 30 or 31. I would say 31. And then get your number. $125 a day in sales. So push yourself to list $125 to $150, $175 of stuff every day. And you will be pleasantly surprised at the results. I don't sell $125 and stuff every single day. I had one day, I think Friday. Friday was like a $80 day or a $75 day. But the next day was a $104 day. And then the next day was a $135 day. But I had days earlier in the week that were $500. So it all evens out. And so the highs and lows of eBay selling kind of gets to me sometimes. But so yeah, that was a huge turning point for me. So I just thought I'd share that at the end of this video. List based off value. Don't list based off just listing to get something listed so you stay in the algorithm. I got caught up in that and it was killing my store. So list based off value and what you need in sales. All right, guys. So that's our Monday sales and weekend sales. And I will continue to make small videos the rest of the week to compile on Friday and for what we sold during the week. This video will go out today, and I really appreciate everybody's comments and likes, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I promise you, hopefully, our content will continue to get better and better and better the longer we do this. Like I've said in other videos, we'll be getting a camera and taking the camera out with us when we go to yard sales and picks and stuff. So that'll be fun. So I'm not trying to be the next best thing on eBay and YouTube. I'm just here to share with my friends and family and those closer to me what I'm doing. And if you just happen to follow along with us, that's awesome. I've got family that lives in other states, and they're mostly the ones that are tuning in right now and watching this stuff, which is what it's for. So it's for my family and friends to check out what I'm doing every day. So thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.
One left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop.